Hi friends, Happy New Year to each one of you. Today we'll talk about manifestation and the science behind the manifestation. So far we have been talking about mind, subconscious mind, and how does it actually affect your goals, right? Today we'll go one step deeper. The science behind manifestation is really important for you to know because once you know this, then your manifestation, your visualization will become even more stronger and your goal achievement will be very fast. So let's start. So today I will talk little bit about quantum physics. So quantum physics is nothing complex, okay? To keep it very simple, quantum physics is something about knowing about universe, how the universe is affecting us and how are we related to universe. Okay? Before that, let me just ask you, when something doesn't work for you, okay? What do you feel? That oh, because of that particular circumstances this is not happening, because that person is actually said something to me this is not happening, oh, something is not working for me because of blah 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 reasons. And most of the time that reason is outside us, right? But we all have understood by now that our thoughts play very important role in this particular journey. So let's understand more about how does this thought actually affect us. So far we are all following the nature's law, okay? And that nature's law is more so the Newton's law. What does Newton's law say? It is very predictable, right? Something that falls from up, comes down, or there is an equal and opposite reaction to every action, right? That is what Newton's law say. And of course it is right. It does happen and we all have seen this. So these laws are very much predictable. That is the reason even scientists can predict that okay, what can be the speed of rocket with this particular angle, this rocket will reach Mars on so and so date, right? So much predictability. But our life is not that predictable. How many times you must have observed that you desperately want something, you're trying for it, but things are not working. And all of a sudden, you pray, you meditate, you visualize, and something comes out of the blue and you actually achieve your goal, isn't it? So the life is more about this unpredictable loss. Yeah, let me explain you. So while all the while we are talking about the predictable law, Newton's law, and the scientists were really facing a challenge connecting our outside world to our inside world. Yeah, and that is the reason they have kept these two worlds separate. But the fact is very different. Our outside world and our inner world, our mind, is actually one and the same thing. And it affects each other. Let me explain you how. So I must tell you about a great scientist Einstein. So Einstein actually revealed a theory of quantum physics. And what does quantum physics says? Quantum physics has actually proved this Newton's law, which is actually right in the outside world, but it is not correct or appropriate when it comes to something what is happening inside the atom. Yeah. All of us are aware that every matter, everything in this world is actually made up of molecules, right? And molecules are made up of atoms. But what is there inside atom? Inside atom, there are n number of particles, right? Which are subatomic particles. And when the scientists observe deeper and deeper, these subatomic particles actually are not behaving as per the Newton's law. As per the Newton's law, everything that falls from up has to come down, right? But that doesn't happen inside the atom. Inside the atom, there are particles which behaves completely erratically. One moment it just appears, another moment it disappears. It comes from left, goes to up, it comes from right, goes down, and anything and everything is happening inside the atom, which is absolutely unpredictable. And this is what is the quantum physics. Quantum physics is everything about the unpredictability. And why does this happen? Because there is a phenomenon which is called as observer effect. So let me tell you that matter and energy is actually one and the same, right? Why I'm saying so? Let me explain. When we say atom, okay, all the while we were thinking that atom is something solid, right? But when scientists actually deeper into the atom, they actually looked at the atom microscopically. What they observe is atom is actually made up of 99.99999% of energy, and only 0.0000001% is matter. And all the while, where do we focus our attention on? Matter. And where should we focus our attention on? Of course, energy. Because that is 99.99999%. And within atom, why this particular erratic behavior appears? Because, as I said, there is observer effect which plays the whole game. What is observer effect? Listen carefully. Observer effect is the effect that when we focus our attention on something, okay, when we focus our attention on something, that particular atom actually changes its forms. That means when we focus on some thought, the energy converts and collapses into matter. And actually, the thought which is there in our mind converts into the actual reality. And opposite, when we move our attention from something, that thing actually disappears. And friends, I'm sure you would have observed that when we are stressed, we continuously think about the problem. And what happens? The problem increases. We do not get a solution, but we get one more problem, right? And in the opposite, when we actually calm down and decides to focus our attention on solution, something happens, something comes in our life, and actually we start getting solution. This is nothing else but quantum physics. So if we understand that our thoughts are so powerful and we have an ability to choose on what we have to focus our attention on, then of course we can change our reality, because it's in our hand. If we want to focus on something, where do we want to focus on something, right? So friends, this is the introduction about quantum physics and observer effect. We will talk a lot more in the coming up videos. But so far, I really want you to appreciate that our mind has to focus on the thing that we want. Because that thing, that energy is going to convert to matter. And that matter is going to appear in our life. So friends, till now, just ponder on this thought, and whatever you think, please be careful whether you really want that thing in your life. If yes, then focus your attention. If no, then just remove your attention and you will be problem free. So, thank you so much. And I'm just pausing till now. And I'm sure we'll talk a lot more in the coming up videos. So far, thank you, bye bye, and take care.